We're live.
And we are live. Hello and welcome everybody to episode 20 of Skeleton Realm Live. We are live. Let's get the live stream pulled up here so I can make sure that we're all good and ready to go. But in the meantime, I want to welcome everyone. We let everyone pour into the chat. It is Wednesday, September 7th, and it is 8 p.m. Woo! It is 8 p.m. So it's Wednesday been 1 week. Wednesday at 8, and yep, we are live. There it is.
How's the audio?
Audio sounds good. How's everybody in the chat doing? Let everybody pour in. Everybody's saying hello like they do.
They do say it.
Sam, how's your week been?
It's been great. You know what's been on my mind?
What's that?
The number 20.
Well, I wonder why that would be.
I'll give you one guess.
Is it because it's episode 20 of Skeleton Realm Live? You know, when we started doing this, when we started doing this, I thought, you know, there were a lot of haters that were saying, you can't make it to 20. You can't even make it to 2. In fact, most people say you can't even make it to 2. And I started to believe them. I said, I don't think we're going to make it to 2. And guess what? We made it to 2-0.
10 times.
10 times where they thought we'd make it.
10 times the haters.
10 times the haters. That's true. 10 times the haters, but 10 times the fans. And so
That's
welcome
true.
Everybody in the chat. I hope everyone's had a great week. It is Wednesday. This is what we do.
Whoops.
And we're having a blast with the switches.
Yes, we are, as usual. What's the chat saying?
Chat is saying hello, and they're excited to be here. So that's really exciting.
Oh, who's in there? AJ's in there.
We've got AJ, we've got Julia, we've got everyone in the chat.
Wow. That's so exciting.
Gail is here. Woo. Skeleton Realm is in the chat. So we're having a lot of fun.
I love it.
And
episode 20.
That's what we do.
This is a landmark. This is a big deal. You know, right before we get into this, before we get into the show, I just want to acknowledge it's a pretty big deal.
It's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal. I thought after 20, I thought we'd be done. I thought we'd be cooked after 10, but 10 went by, 11 went by, 12 went by, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and here we are. So now it's 20, and we're not, you know, we're not trying to get too carried away with episode 20 because, you know, putting the cart before the horse, we got to make it to 100 to really say we did something impressive. But we did want to kind of go all out this episode, bring on some incredible guests. So this episode, we've got some really good guests lined up for you. First, we've got 20-year-old Braden. He's a local skateboarder, and he works in the kitchen at Pee-Pee's Pub in Little Five Points. So that's 20-year-old Braden. And we want to welcome Braden. He's back there dipping the fries into the vat, and we love what Braden does back in the kitchen at Pee-Pee's Pub.
Thank you, Braden, for coming on. After that, we've got 20 managers of 20 different Subway restaurants in Atlanta. And they're all going to pile in, and they're going to give us kind of a chorus of an interview. They're going to we're going to see how many of their opinions align and how many differ by having them all answer simultaneously and see kind of what that sounds like. I think it's going to be pretty fun, and it's on theme with the number 20.
That's right, and it's funny, in the pre-interview we did make sure we were asking the group questions, and they were raising hands, and they were taking turns, and we said, no, we're going to ask the 20 different managers of the 20 different Subways, answer all at once. We want a cacophony of answers from 20 different Subway managers, and something that I didn't mention to you, but after we get done with the interview, a little birdie told me that we're going to have 20 footlongs. So that's going to be 20 feet of Subway subs to enjoy. And that's just for you, and I know how much you love Subway. Whoa, I didn't realize I was there.
That's a good one.
Good close one. So after that, we're going to have 20 white horses, stallions.
Nice.
Bright white, blindingly white horses are going to be on, and that's going to be so much fun.
After that, it's Gore Boldman, a local geriatric.
Thank you, Gore, for coming on. After that, we're going to have Samper Tammer, the CEO of Timer's Journey. Samper Tammer, the CEO of Timer's Journey. Everybody knows Timer's Journey is a simulated time capsule restaurant.
And keeping on theme with 20 and time, we're going to have Grandmommy and Grandpappy. They're stopping by.
Grandmommy and Grandpappy are going to come by. My Grandmommy, Sam Grandmommy, my Grandpappy, Sam Grandpappy. The four of them are going to be in studio answering questions about the past 20 years and the 20 years before that. My Grandpappy.
Who's after that?
After that, we're going to have Ding Dong Bat Gary Batmaker, the inventor of the baseball bat.
Wow.
And that's fun. We all love baseball. And a fun thing about baseball that is incorporating the number 20 is commonly it's understood that a game of baseball involves 20 innings. So that's why I decided let's have a baseball enthusiast on the stream. And our agent said, our booking agent here at Skeleton Realm said, I can do you one better. I'm going to get you the inventor of the baseball bat. He's going to be in town. And I said, who's that? He said, oh, it's Ding Dong Bat Gary Batmaker.
You know who's after that?
Who's last?
Hatcher.
Hatter.
Yes.
All right, let's get some of that music off. That was perfectly timed.
Holy cow.
So welcome everyone flooding into the chat.
Oh, they're here.
We love it on episode 20. We love everybody coming in and saying hey, and we love it on Wednesdays at 8. So that's exciting. And we're just glad to be here. You know, like Sam said, like I said, I don't want to beat a dead horse or anything, but we've been at this for 20 episodes. We hope to bring you not just 20 more, but 20,000 more, maybe 200,000, maybe 2 million more. We're in this for the long haul. And if you haven't subscribed to the Patreon, get on the Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon. The lowest tier is $3, and you can support what we do. You can get some exclusive content while you do it, and you can enjoy us for that much longer because the more Patreons we have, the more revenue we come in, the more we can do. I mean, heck, if we had enough money coming in, we'd do the show every night. We'd do the show every night if we could get enough, but we don't have enough right now, so we do it once a week for you. And we're happy to do it once a week forever, but sign up to the Patreon.
Streams don't grow on trees.
No, they don't. No, they don't. I wish they did. So what's the first segment here?
We love 20.
We love 20! So we just kind of wanted to talk about our adoration and our admiration for the number 20. The number 20 is not a prime number, it's an even number. It's 2 sets of 10.
I'm almost dead.
But that's not the only reason that I like it. Sam, why do you like 20? Does it have a special place in your heart too?
Before today, I feel like I never even thought of the word 20, let alone the number.
We're in.
And so it's just kind of striking a different meaning.
There we are.
Today I'm getting a little sentimental thinking about 20 things. I saw 20 things earlier.
Oh, there we are.
I
bet you're wondering what the heck's going on if you're watching this right now.
You saw 20 things, so what do you mean? You saw 20 objects?
Yeah.
It's September 10th, 2042. It's 20 years. For when you're watching this right now live, September 7th, 2022.
Oh, you love objects. Name 20.
We thought we'd jack in, talk to you guys, and watch the show while you guys watch it.
We're jacked in.
So sit back and relax and let us enjoy the show with you. 20 years in the making. 20 years.
So this is live commentary. We're really excited to watch episode 20 years retrospective with the original audience of episode 20.
I remember this night well, and I remember when Gail Bleichner said, "Bring it, Big Buster Boys." I remember when Julia said, "Oh crap." I remember when Aaron Melton said, "Oh no, they're getting hacked." I remember when Julia said, "What the heck is going on?" I remember it well.
I do too.
So we are here live to watch the show with you tonight. So let's watch.
Let's watch away.
What were we doing in the year 2020?
Oh,
So I was going to say, 2020 was a good year. 20 doesn't just have to end with the number of stream that we're on. 2020 could also be like what we were doing in the year 2020. So Sam, what were you doing in the year 2020?
2020, that was just 2 years ago.
Just 2 years ago. What were you up to in 2020?
Not the best memory.
I don't know. What were you doing?
I was in the gourd business.
Oh, yeah?
Sliding. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Listen to how
doing that.
stupid.
I used to
this sounds.
take.
I know, it's like
I used to grease them and put them into the
This stupid idiots back
slats.
then.
So I would do that. Yeah.
Julia says, "Am I there in 2042? Did I get that thing I always wanted?"
Okay.
Well, if I told you.
Well, that's that. So what were we? I also
I'd have
put
to
down.
kill
You know
you.
what's fun? It'd be cool if one of us was 20 years old. I mean, I know we're having 20-year-old Braden, a local skateboarder who works in the kitchen at PP's Pub in Little 5 Points, but it got me thinking, since Braden's going to be on, what was I doing at age 20? And so I thought, that'd be fun to reminisce on. So what were you doing at age 20, Sam?
Age 20,
So
I
young,
just
so stupid.
come to the city. 1 year, I was 1
All
year
the things
old
we'd
and
come
living
to
in the
see
city
as we
here.
grew old.
And
Yeah.
I just gotten
The
Imagine-
world around us
moved into
fall
the
apart.
Pink House, 1 year prior.
Imagine living in a city
And so
right
I
now.
was living in the Pink House at that point.
Talking about living
Probably
in a
very little
city.
furniture,
Wow, be young to
and,
be naive.
I know.
and
Thought it was
I had
like
no job.
a big
And,
deal.
Yeah.
And
Chat,
I had a
what were you
Lincoln
guys
Town
doing when
Car,
you guys were
2000
20 years old?
Speaking of the word 20, at 2001.
What are you guys doing roughly
Lincoln
now? It's kind
Town.
of interesting to think
Wow,
about.
20 pops up everywhere.
It's crazy.
Some of
Lincoln
you guys
Town.
How
aren't
many
even
miles
alive.
I had on it?
A million?
I know.
I didn't say that.
Wow! You went to the
I'd say that
you went to
they're
the moon and back.
back in the day.
That's fun.
Suppose. What were you doing at the age of 20?
Pretty similar story here. I mean, I was 20. I had moved to Atlanta at age 18, so I'd been in the city for 2 years. But I was in college, and I was living in Reynoldstown, a neighborhood here in Atlanta.
Makes me sick to listen to
I
him
can't
talk.
quite remember. I was, drinking a lot of alcohol, and
This is
that
cool.
is Atlanta
I
was a
can't
little
believe-
bit different of
yeah.
a city back then, and so we
Pretty
were
wild
getting
to
into
watch,
trouble
man.
and hanging
It's
out
incredible.
in town, and
It worked.
You
Oh,
can do
good.
it.
Says,
climbing
how
around in
tall am I when
warehouses
I
and
die?
busting up windows and cars and robbing banks and stuff
I don't
like
know,
that.
man.
Yeah,
I
were
don't
you
know.
there? This was about
A
in
lot
our
of corpses
20s,
have been
when
unmeasured, let's
the
say.
bad
There's
kids
20 of them, and
in
they
the
went
house, At the
unmeasured.
bachelor house, the bad kids
In
went
this
down to the
date and time,
big
I'll tell you that.
building, and they dropped a.
Nicholas Papa says,
Explosives down the
savoring
elevator
being
shaft.
20. I hear that,
Oh
bro.
my
You
God.
better savor it while you got
No.
Are
it.
you sure?
Better savor it while you
Yeah.
got it.
Okay. Well,
Was I?
I guess
I don't
not,
remember
no.
that.
That
I'm
was
gonna grab my
most of the
barge
bad
coat
kids
real
that
quick.
lived
I
at
forgot my
the
barge
beach
coat.
house. went
I
down
wasn't
there
in
for
that scene. We didn't
I
have net
stayed.
yet.
I stayed on the porch. I
Yeah.
said, "You guys can go. I'm not a bad kid.
That's pretty
Go
bad.
do whatever the heck you want." But they dropped a firecracker down a.
Oh, firecracker. Oh,
was an
it's not
explosive.
so bad. I think I know what building you're talking about, but for legal reasons, we won't get into that.
They said it was freaking loud.
Yeah, I bet that was loud. Wow. So back in the day, we used to have a lot of fun at age 20. Now we're a little bit older. Now we're in our 30s.
Yep.
And so sometimes I feel like a
We use
geriatric.
future
Sometimes I feel so
technology
old.
to jack into the stream.
Being out of your 20s. But I was thinking it is nice
as
to be
simple as
out of
that.
your 20s. I don't like being in. I didn't like
Some
my 20s.
technology's
My
too
20s
powerful.
were sort of like a hell.
layman to put his
I
hands
suffered with
on. So,
addiction.
yeah,
I
you'd be
suffered with
right
a lot of
thinking
issues. I suffered with a lot of problems. And now I feel like I've
forbidden
gotten older,
technology.
becoming more just of a grown
If the
adult.
power lords find out
man
what we're doing right now, they will
operationally in
shut
the
us down
world
and
here,
they'll
and I
kill
just don't
us.
feel. I don't have as many emotions,
There's
and
nothing
it's good.
funny
I just
about
kind of
that.
feel like I get up, I drink my coffee, I spray hot brown from my hole, and that's my day. And
Poo-poo talks, all he got in his
you know,
head.
My back
Poo-poo
is
talks, all he
killing
got
me,
in his
and I
head.
feel like that's
Yeah.
a product of age.
Yeah,
Little
that's
does he know what's
unfortunate. Well, now that we've talked about what we're doing in the past here, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. No,
did.
I
Can't
was
even do the
okay, this
stream.
is-
All
yes.
these pauses.
So now,
Can't even
Wow.
where do you think we'll be
Typical.
Uh-oh.
in 20 years? Where
I
will
know
we
this
be
pretty well.
in
Now
20 years?
this is freaking crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It is crazy. So
Memory lane.
I hadn't given this
Right
much
here.
thought till
Right
we
here.
sort of were brainstorming, and MeMoreTV gave us sort of the topics for the show. And then it really struck a chord with me. I said, I hadn't really thought about my 20-year. People talk about a 10-year, 5-year plan, 20-year plan. I have like a 1-hour plan in my life. So I'm thinking about an hour ahead.
Yeah,
I don't think
you
about
do.
20 years, but I'm super optimistic. I'm thinking in 20 years from
I've
now,
always thought that about you.
I'm thinking Bugattis in the garage, Ferraris in the garage,
Nope.
yachts in the garage, a 20,000 square foot house,
I
baby.
drive a
Right.
Hyundai
Hollywood
Star
Hills,
ship.
maybe a place in
That sounds
Cabo,
cool. Maybe in
Cabo,
2022,
so-
but that's the bottom of the barrel.
go
Get
down
any
to
credits
Baja,
on that, no.
go down to
No.
Puerto Vallarta,
gone.
and just chill in LA style. Some of these LA guys, LA with a Rolex, maybe LA
Not
with
happening, brother.
a couple of hot babes.
Yeah, life's
Maybe
gonna bite
20
him
years,
in the
so I'll
ass
be
real
40
quick.
in 20 years. No, oops.
Yeah.
I'll be 50 in 20 years. And when I'm 50, heck, I'm gonna be freaking balling salt and pepper beard, silver fox,
Yeah,
salt
it
and
turns
pepper,
out
buff
red.
as
Turns
hell.
out bright red.
I'm gonna be looking cool as hell on a
And it's
sailboat,
not
a
because
brand
they
new
wanted it to
sailboat
be
that
that
looks
way. I've
old
been
with the
branded.
old
I've been
veneer
branded by
finish,
the Time Lords.
and
It's
freaking
okay.
sailing it down the coast with
Pisses
hot
me
babes,
off.
Dan
I gotta cheer
Bilzerian
up a little
style. Yeah, that's
No,
what I'm
it's-
doing.
I mean,
what about you?
Maybe get
Bitch.
some machine guns, like
You've
shooting them
been,
in the water.
Scarface style, cocaine style. What about you? What are you doing in 20 years?
Oh, I'm thinking of homesteading. I'm thinking of.
Ah.
I'm gonna set up an
Not,
A-frame in
exactly.
a national
Yeah,
park.
not really.
Whoa.
Gonna buy about 70,000 acres at a national park.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna set up
How'd that pan
an
out?
A-frame.
That didn't.
gonna have
apparently, that wasn't
Probably
even
60
possible
to
to
70
do.
kids, and just kind of raise the fam there. And
So you-
thinking glacier.
A lot of
Ooh,
buzz.
okay, so you say 70,000 acres in a national park, you're just going to buy it. How is that going to happen? You're going to just go to the government and petition them to buy it? They don't
It's for
routinely
sale.
sell.
Oh, really?
it's for sale.
I'm thinking in 20
it's
years
not
that
for-
might, there
So
might change,
naive.
change
So
policies.
naive.
Definitely in
So
order.
you're
I've heard a
hoping-
lot of people asking about buying national parkland.
What do you think you get that for?
What's
Like, what
going
do you
up?
think that
What's
would go
going
for?
on,
'Cause I would
Chad?
think 70,000 acres would be like,
I smoked weed 3 times, but
Oh,
I
really?
kept getting the panic.
Which is possible. We could have that from the show if we get enough Patreons.
Wow.
We
I
might
think
be.
so, especially
Is that
at
what this
rate.
show
I
is?
think-
Just
how's the
talking about
chat?
poop and smoking dope?
Chat's looking
Is
good.
that all anybody
Oh,
cares
wow,
about
yeah.
now?
See, AJ believes me.
It's like, dude,
Okay.
read.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
how you
Read
know.
a tablet.
All right. Well, hey.
Yeah.
Right?
And then I
Just
think
like
it'll cost
read one
probably
tablet and see what
I
it
can't
does
even
for your
tell
life.
between you and
Yeah.
your voice.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Gorberson says
the
there's no
same
way
voice.
you're ever going to buy 70,000
even tell.
acres. It's never going to
My
be for
voice has
sale.
changed.
Well, Gorberson,
I mean, we can actually
whatever. Gorberson said it, not
our
me. So.
system
See a
that we
Patreon?
have here, we can actually freeze
Look,
ourselves.
new Patreon.
Why don't you
Gorberson
freeze-
just pledged
well,
$35
or just
a month.
mute it.
So that's
just let it
fine.
run.
All right,
Okay.
well, we'll see. We'll wait till 20 years.
We'll see.
It's honestly sad, man, watching this crap from 20 years ago and seeing how we were and what we thought. I mean, buying 70,000 acres in the national park and getting Bugattis and hot girls on a yacht.
It's like that
What
was
were-
our aspirations.
Pathetic.
Like, wow.
And little did we know how much the world would come crashing down.
In some ways, sure. Yeah.
Makes me sick.
In some ways it did, but in other ways it became kind of exciting, you know, kind of different, and that's something to look back.
Man, I kind of remember this night, but I don't remember it too well, and I remember some of the stuff in the chat. I remember when...
Wait, hold
All
on.
right,
what did we
so
just
we're going to
shake
have
on?
a successful life. We're going to grow old and be extremely successful. And let's be honest,
skip-
50, age
let's
50,
skip to
20
the
years,
next
not
bit,
that long,
'cause
really.
I'm hoping that dude gets a little more serious. This is junk. I don't even remember it being this stupid. Go to the next segment.
We're going to be
See if it's
building
better.
millions of dollars in revenue from this show in the next
Skipping
year or
time?
two.
Easy.
And then we're going to kind of
Time?
coast.
No.
And the fans, the chatters, viewers,
That's right,
you'll be
we're
there to
watching it
watch
live
it. So
too,
that'll
I
be really
forgot.
fun for you.
Dang.
They'll be here along the whole way.
That's right.
I would, you know what we should do? We should
What?
pick 20 chatters and viewers in Discorders all combined. Pick 20 of them.
Ooh,
That's it.
pick 20, and then what?
Stream viewer says, did you guys have
Well,
any
we have,
babies?
I think in the Discord we
Yeah.
have, let's see, we have
Yeah,
20, what's 28 plus 7?
a lot of them.
30,
32, 5,
A lot of them stabbed me in the
35, okay,
fucking
minus chat box. We'll
I went
include
down
chat
the
box.
Yeah, he did.
the
So what'd you say,
clone road,
30?
as they say.
back. He got cloned.
38?
He decided to get cloned.
35. We've got
more-
35
It's
Discorders,
just more
so
me.
That's
kind of
15.
I did it the
15
old-fashioned way.
15 unlucky souls. So I think we're going to pick, we'll
Got
do
me
that
in
at
a
the
lot
end of the
of
episode.
trouble.
We'll pick 20 Discorders, and
Got me in a big
those
mess.
are the ones who will live.
All right.
So anyway, what's next? I thought this would be kind of fun.
Yeah, enough of this philosophy stuff.
Enough of this
hate
philosophy.
philosophy.
Yeah, philosophy is what we call it
I hate it.
when we think about the future
Once
here.
again, read a tablet.
Thinking
dude.
about things that aren't real, being a philosopher, I thought let's get down and dirty
Read
to
a
the
tablet.
business at
It's
hand,
embarrassing.
which is this is a comedy stream, and so let's
We had
do
no
a
access
try
to
not
the
to
tablet
laugh challenge.
library.
Try not to laugh challenge.
Oh, here we
I'll
go.
music up
So
shit.
cue some music for this, and we'll have
Here
a little
we
bit
go.
of fun with it. Everybody knows the try not to laugh
Oh
challenge.
boy.
There's simple rules to the try not to laugh challenge. It's that you don't laugh. You see something silly, goofy, you see a funny video, funny picture, and you try not to laugh. And a little bit of whimsical music, we like that. So
I wish I could
keyed
laugh.
up some photos that I've sent to Sam, and I think these are
I haven't
gonna
heard
get
music in a
Sam.
long time.
And I think they're
Yeah,
gonna get
actually,
me
it's nice
myself,
to
too.
hear,
I didn't
isn't it?
take it
Yeah.
easy on myself when I chose these photos. So I chose some pretty funny stuff. So in the chat, I would like the chat play along. If you're in the chat and you see one of these images and you do laugh, type "I laughed, oops." Type "I laughed, oops" in the chat if you really do laugh. So let's pull up some of these images and we'll get some close-ups of our face. And if you catch us laughing, you better let us know.
All right.
And let the chat, let the other chatters know. Hold us accountable here.
Okay, and first we'll move this right down. Okay, there's the first two. All right. Let's move this too.
I don't.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah, it's,
man.
I don't remember it exactly like this. I thought it was a little higher tier, higher level. You know what I mean? Like,
You hadn't done some of the reflection I've done over the years. I was alone in a hole for a long
Try
time.
this next one here.
I thought about the things we said and the things we did because they affected me and affected the way my life turned out. Maybe you can't say the same, Jack.
I've been keeping my eyes forward, and yeah,
Makes me sick. If I just would have pursued
No public poop.
space fearing and space faring and space economics and understood asteroid belt mining better at that age. I could have been in somebody with myself, but I was thinking about poop on underwear, and it just makes me sick to even look at.
I wanted you to go to bureau school.
Chat, are you guys laughing?
Well, it didn't work out that way, did it?
right, next one.
And you had all the time to tell me. You never helped me. You never even wanted to.
I mean, I suggested that
You got me.
I thought it would be fun if we were dorm mates at bureau school, and
All right, that's where even
didn't
1-1.
take me up on
All right,
that.
let's
But
see
hey,
next.
today
Chad, if
is
you're not
for
laughing
looking
at this,
back,
you
all
might
right?
not be
So
human, okay, because this is impossible.
Holding his ass like he's gonna shit.
forget. Yeah, it's
He thinks
What the
he
hell
likes
is that?
looking at himself, don't he? He thinks he looks funny, don't he?
yeah.
It looks like a jackass to me. Something not right with him.
Simple times, simple times.
Sticking his tongue out like a damn fool.
That would
And he
cost.
should be studying space economics.
I know. Even sticking your tongue out like that. How many credits would
Guys
that
are
cost you
getting me
today?
so
Boy, if
good.
that guy back then, way back then, knew about that I had this
Okay,
right
one
now.
more.
One more.
Oh.
I pulled a muscle in my neck.
Wow, where'd
Blast
you
from the
get that
past,
thing?
huh?
Yeah, no kidding.
I knew
Where
we
the
were
hell
going
did
to be
you get
doing.
that?
Well, I knew we were going to be doing this for the episode tonight, so I
Oh,
said,
man.
let me pull that out of the old chest of drawers there in the dorm. Brings back memories, don't it? Remember all that time at Piedmont?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Holy cow.
It's funny. Piedmont looks like child's play for some of the
No
joints
kidding.
I've been in up here in space.
That was,
God,
Wow.
at least we got to eat and defecate,
Okay,
which
now that.
it
I
was-
know, right?
did not last
Oh my
long.
God.
I'll tell you
heart's
that.
palpitating. Is
Oh
yours?
my God.
man, I wonder when this
Oh
thing's
my
going.
gosh, Chad, how'd you do? I saw a lot of people losing in the chat.
LOLs across the board.
Listen to that laugh.
God,
That was freaking
Like a
fun.
damn.
I almost broke a.
Try not to
gas-
laugh. I mean, come on.
Wow!
I'm glad you think it's funny.
We were not good at that. It's just adorable to kind of look back at ourselves, knowing what we know now. It's endearing, I think.
Aaron says there's still ball boys. Orb says, what kind of orb is that? It's a pink
So
ball.
all that laughing
It's a
really
pink ball,
gets us
ain't no
feeling
damn
good
orb.
and silly, but it wears us out.
Julia
Let's
says the
stop
future
laughing
seems
for
kind
a
of
second.
scary.
Let's-
Yeah.
You know, I thought this
Yeah,
would be
you can
cool.
say that again.
Matter of
We
perspective
said,
in
where would
many
we be in
cases.
20
Yeah, I
years?
guess so.
We said, it's episode 20. We thought about that. We brainstormed that. But why don't we take a look back to 20 years ago when I was a 10-year-old
Okay.
boy and you were a 12-year-old boy.
I remember
And
this.
we were young boys, innocent, having fun. The year was 2002. So let's look back.
Better times.
All right, let's
What were
play
we
some
doing
music.
20 years ago? For
40
episode
years
20,
ago.
we're going to look back 20
40
years.
years ago, man.
Here's a
Hard to
look
believe.
back 20 years.
40 years ago.
40
Wow.
years, man.
So 20
Incredible.
years ago.
Here you are, ready?
Take you, everyone in the chat, if you were alive 20, we might have
What
some
were you guys
20-year-olds
doing
in the
40
chat or
years ago
some
in the
young
chat?
20-somethings. You might not remember 20 years ago, but if you do, take yourself back. to
that's a
20 years.
good
Maybe
question.
you were 5, maybe you were 2, maybe you were 20 years ago, maybe you were 100 20 years ago. We've got all different types in the chat. But think about 2002. Where were you in 2002?
Ready to see.
I'm ready to see. Look back. There I am,
Wow.
2002.
Remember that?
I remember that. That's
Simpler
me.
times,
Way
man.
Back in 2002, I was in the
Jeez,
5th
Louise.
Simpler
grade.
times,
Wow.
man.
That was a long time
Enjoying
ago.
the 5th grade.
You probably took that picture in the locker room.
I did. I took it in the locker room. We used to have the yellow curtains in the locker room at my middle school.
You were
and
changing out.
We were dressing out, changing out, and this is why we did the yellow here. It was because I remembered it from middle school, and
Yeah.
I had just moved to a new town and gone to a new school, and I was making new friends, and I remember having a lot of fun, and it was a lot of transition in my life at that time. And I remember in 5th grade,
Dream says 20 years
and
ago, I
it's
got
hard
my
to
first
imagine,
terrible
it's been 20
haircut.
years.
Wow.
Some
Yeah,
of the
wish-
best times of my life.
I
Enjoying
wish
riding
that was
my
the worst
bicycle
thing
with
in my
friends.
life nowadays was a terrible
I used
haircut.
to ride my bicycle.
I didn't know you were.
Far from it.
I did.
Yeah.
I know. It's
What,
crazy. I used to get on my
ask him,
bicycle and we'd
what
ride
kind
our
of haircut
bicycles in the
did he
neighborhood.
get?
And can
Ask him that.
can you even believe
Kind of
that?
haircut you get.
That's crazy.
At 20 years ago?
Yeah. You were wait. So you're riding a bike at 10?
Yeah.
Damn. What happened? Why didn't you become an athlete?
A lot of things happened. A lot of things changed for me.
Yeah, he
I
thinks
used
this
to be
is.
an athlete. I
Oh,
used
yeah.
to be
Thinks
I
this
used
is
to
a
ride my
hard
bike
shit.
in the neighborhood, and I was an
Listen to
athlete.
this. I remember this
And-
story. I remember this.
It's just-
Some
don't
things
recall this.
happened. I was riding as fast as I could down the street, if you really want to know. I was riding.
Look how he laughs at himself. He thinks he's funny.
I could.
He
Down the
laughs
street.
at himself.
And I saw my mom and my sister, and they were in the driveway.
Hey, Jack,
of my house.
nobody thinks you're
and I was
funny.
coming on my mountain bike, and
Okay.
I was coming as quick as I could, and I went, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to freaking scare the crap out of them. I'm going to slam on my brakes
Story sucks.
and make a huge skid mark
Story sucks.
sideways style into the
It's
driveway.
pretty basic.
And you know
This
what
is
I
what
did?
he thinks is an interesting thing
I
to
pulled
talk
the
about on
front
it. Maybe
brake.
that's why the show
Uh-oh.
never did so good.
And I
back
went
then,
straight
huh?
over the
It
handlebars.
took a long time.
And
It
I
took a long
smashed my
time.
Not
wrists
until the
into
schism
the
did
ground.
we really pop off.
And
Schism
I
did it
ripped,
for us.
tore my
Yeah.
ligament, just about
It was
broke
not
my
an
bone.
interesting
Didn't
story,
break the bone,
Jack.
but bent the bone because I was still young.
Okay.
I was probably
Yeah.
13.
I wouldn't say so. And I
This was years later. This was probably
try to be
2005.
charitable. It's a long time
And
ago.
I went to
but
the hospital and I had a cast.
Oh,
and
you had
never
a cast.
again. As my I was an
You're
athlete.
about to get a
anymore.
lot
I didn't
you
more
do that at
after
this age in this-
2026.
No, this was before that. I'm trying to think 2002. Was I in 5th grade?
Yeah. Can't even do simple math in his head.
I must have
Hello?
been. I had to have been.
Dead
2001,
air.
I was
Yeah.
in 4th grade.
Terrible.
I never
This
really got
sucks,
the
man.
formula for
Watching this
how
makes me
old
sick,
you are
man.
versus
Full
the
of
age.
hot air.
There's like a Celsius to Fahrenheit to that.
Oh, I
but
think
don't
we
think
can
Yeah,
do
yeah. It's the grade level plus
Do me.
5, isn't it?
We want to
You're
hear about
sixth and
Sam
first
now.
grade,
All right,
seven
move
and
on. We
second.
don't care anymore.
I don't
Doing
remember.
math, a
I-
lot
I-
of math back
I
then.
I would
remember-
always say
It's
when I was
like-
in 5th grade, I'd always
I guess
say,
we didn't
I'm
have-
five.
we didn't have the
And then
internal
when I was in 5th grade,
calculators.
I'd say,
I
I'm
know.
10.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
would hold me
Now
back.
you just
so
do
I
it
would say
quick.
the same
You just
age.
do it
You're
in
in
your head
college,
real
like, I'm
quick.
13.
Internal
Millions per
calculator.
second. I guess the chat
It
doesn't
was
know that. The
inaccurate
chat,
because I was making that claim they would
there's
suspend me
any
from
questions-
progressing in the school.
Because
we'll
that
fill
was
you in.
And
Yeah.
that would, as far as I'm concerned,
not to forget.
suspend my age as well.
But then they would do it until you were 5
Yeah.
because your
They buckled.
age
They
would.
buckled and just let me
This
have my
sucks.
life.
Yeah, and then not only that,
No.
but the Social Security Department buckled and
They
you were-
changed my birth
changed your birth
certificate.
certificate.
I have to. I technically.
You
I
were
have
12 in 12th grade and they graduated
exact-
you.
Yeah,
Let's
and
move
no,
along
technically
now. This sucks.
Doesn't
according to
add
this book,
up.
I can't retire until
doesn't
I'm
make
99.
much sense, does it?
Yeah.
No.
I went on this. I was
Yeah.
just like, boy. I was
And
doing
then when you do, they're going to give you 1% of what you
You
would have
catch
got.
any of that?
Yeah.
So you're going to get
I don't
$10
even know
a
what's
month.
going. This sucks. I'd
Yeah,
be turning this
tough.
off.
That's
I'm
tough.
surprised anybody's watching
Let's
this
see
crap.
you at 12 in
Here.
2002.
No
Ah, there he is. You're in
you
my
are.
locker room.
Wow.
You went to my
Recognize
school,
that?
didn't you?
Oh, really?
We
Cheater
went to
than
the
a
same
butt.
middle
Did you
school.
have Coach Johannesburg?
Yeah, wait a minute. You used to pick on me.
Oh no, I don't recall that.
Look how cute he
You don't
is.
Remind me of anyone.
He's got his blue style. He loves wearing blue. That's so cute.
blue style.
Baby blue eyes popping.
Look at us.
We're so lovely and gorgeous.
Yes. There's my famous blue eyes there.
Famous blue balls.
Incredible. Yeah, the memories come pouring back, and it's so good to see ourselves.
They
at
sure
this
do.
age.
That's all they
And I
are
think
now is
we didn't
memories.
do
We
too
can never
bad
get
for
them back.
ourselves.
No, I think we've grown into great men and successful men. We've got a lot to show for our adult lives
I
so
wish.
far, and our childhoods were so great. Is that Bjork?
I'd like to jump through the TV screen and strangle that
It's really
fella
cool.
there
I
on
like
the
it.
left.
And
So,
Who happened to be me
chat,
20
what were you
years
guys
ago.
doing in
I hate
2002?
even
Any
saying-
great memories?
Saying it makes me sick.
I think we see some memories in the chat.
I could definitely give
Dr.
myself some words of
Bourbon
advice
says,
for sure.
I was
Yeah.
hammering.
hammering.
He
Music
was
is
hammering nails, I guess.
Almost overloading my
Mr. Jorg
sensories.
says, I was on top of the world. Wow, Mr. Jorg. Why don't you read some chatters comments?
I never. That's thanks. I never really get
Yeah.
to that. Brian.
Aaron says,
Oh,
I was
I
in
get
my
this.
mummy's
Brian Pilsen.
kangaroo pouch.
He says, I was at the guitar store buying brand new strings.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah,
I guess
thanks,
it's musician.
Brian.
Do you know him?
I don't know Brian. Brian,
Oh, really?
welcome to the
I always
chat.
thought the musicians in the chat, you're kind of like.
Oh no, I don't know. Those days are
I hope
long
the
gone.
When
show
was the
was
last time you played music? Was it?
all or
Did you
four.
ever do?
been about
Says
40 years.
Post-schism music?
Okay.
was playing ball.
I'm not reading that one.
Okay,
Can't
yeah,
use
that's
my
a little
fingers.
graphic.
You can tell me.
So that was fun. We looked back 20
No,
years.
I've fallen for that one
And it's
before.
just hard to imagine that 20 years have gone by and it's, hey, maybe in 20 years from now we'll look back on today.
What do you think?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got that right. That's the
think- I
first
guess
thing right you said all night.
We didn't.
Dumbass.
We did. Okay, so we did. We love 20.
Called
we did
it.
The number when we were 20.
Okay, pretty
20
slow
years
here.
ago. We didn't think about
Forgetting.
20
Yeah,
years from
I
now.
know I have a bad
Wait, we
memory.
did.
but
We did,
forgetting
we
what
did.
happened
That
in
was
the
the
stream
second.
already. That's
Okay,
Where
good.
will
We
we
got
be?
it covered.
pretty.
So we got it covered.
Yeah. We should put this in a time capsule.
Well, I hope
You know what?
this,
That would be cool to take
I hope the
this
show picks up, because
episode,
if it's going to
put it in a
continue like this,
capsule
I'm
on
going to turn it
on
off.
a Laserdisc or a
I
DVD,
can't watch this crap.
and then have it
I don't
opened
remember
up
when we had the
in
guests
20 years.
on.
And then we can watch it
At
in
what point
20
did we
years
used
and
to
maybe
have guests
commentate over
come
it or
on?
something.
Let's get.
I
think
can't
have a
remember,
capsule
man. It's
over
been
here.
so
I
many
can-
Okay, go grab the
episodes.
Well,
Format
first
has
though,
changed a lot.
before we
It's
get
changed a
everything
lot,
set up,
hasn't it? Yeah.
I just wanted we had the one last thing I wanted to talk about, and then we'll put this show in the capsule.
Yes. Actually, I think you actually have the capsule I was thinking of now. That I think is that have the capsule on it?
No.
Yeah, that actually. You've been using that. Okay.
No, that.
I was thinking my butler. What
Yeah.
my butler put in the strychnine in episode 2 or 3 or 8. What episode was that?
What are we
Anyways,
talking
forget
about? What is-
It's over there somewhere.
Well, we'll do the
But,
capsule. I just wanted to introduce one new thing.
Yeah, sorry.
It's just
Something
bad.
that this
It's
week
just
the
I've
way
been
they
interested
converse.
in.
It's
So let's
like
get
that we
some
don't know
kind
what
of
you're talking about,
kind
man.
of music would you think
Just
with this
do a
one?
little prep.
How about some more preparation?
A
How
little
about
prep
some
goes a
more
long way.
understanding
Sure.
what you're going to say next?
Yeah.
What's this?
Instead
I
of
don't
off
recall
the
this.
cuff.
Yeah.
People don't want to see
So this is
off
pretty
the
cool.
cuff.
If you follow us on Instagram or TikTok or anywhere else, or you follow me on my
I
social
know
media,
what
you've
I know what
probably
I'm
seen
about
I've
to get
gotten
into
into something
here, and I remember this.
interesting lately. It's called
I don't recall this.
gasturbation.
I don't know how much I can stand to this.
Gasturbation is a new
What kind of
hobby
music
that
we
I've been
listen to
getting
back
into it.
then?
And as I got into it, now first to explain what gasturbation is, gasturbation is just what it sounds like. It's gasturbation. It's sucking up your own gas for pleasure, for smelling. It smells good. It smells great. I love my gas. And I gasturbate. I'm a gasturbator.
Sick, man.
That's a new lifestyle I live. Now,
I used
when I
to
started
live like
doing
a
this,
sick man.
a lot of people around me started being haters about it. And so I get a lot of flack. And I think it's because our culture
Wow.
doesn't understand, doesn't respect gasturbation.
yeah, I
I
don't
was sick,
remember
man. I was sick, man.
This
all
is-
but nice towards gasturbation. It's
I don't
been,
think we're allowed to have this
what's
video
the word
right
I want
now.
to say?
Yeah.
Violence has been done against gasturbators. Our culture hates gasturbation.
No, yeah, then they
And
should.
I'm sorry, I'm a gasturbator.
And they should.
Sorry, I'm gonna be
It's a sick
gasturbating.
thing to do, man.
So
That's
I made
wrong.
a short video the other day talking about the things
I wish
I
I
have
would've
to
learned
deal
that
with as a
sooner, man.
gasturbator publicly, and the things that I hear on a daily basis. I'll wear my rig to McDonald's or out to Kroger, and I just get people pointing. I get children going, "Mommy, what's he doing?" And the mommy has to say, "He's gasturbating," and don't ever do that, little Timmy. So anyway, I brought my rig.
Yeah, let's see it. I mean, because
I got
don't,
arrested
you know me,
for that actually
you're my
about a
bud.
year
I
after
don't
this
judge,
was shot.
I don't
No
judge
kidding.
anything
Yeah.
you do.
So this is really
Jeez.
cool. So
They use this in
there's
evidence.
a canister
They
mechanism
did,
here.
and they still didn't stop
And in
me
here,
from
you
doing
can't really
it.
tell.
I
but
didn't
if you
stop
dig into
till
this, you can pull out.
Put your lob in it
long
when you
time
do it.
after
Oh,
that.
okay.
I'll put your love through here.
This is one of the sickest things I ever did,
Let's
man.
see.
The
All right, let me
sickest
put it on
habits I
and
ever
I'll
got
talk
into.
about it a little bit. Let's see.
This will be good. It's kind of like documentation.
And I'm about to do it here. You'll see me do it here. And I
Oh,
remember,
really?
I
Oh.
remember this is the part of the show that I do remember is when I did this.
I do remember your audio quality being pretty good, though. So
This is one of the big regrets. I still think about this.
this is kind of what train
And I get
crash
to relive it.
slow motion.
Yeah, I get to relive when I basically ruined my digital footprint. And I wasn't thinking about my digital footprint at all back then. And I wish I would have, because
No
this
kidding.
ruined my digital footprint. I was never hired by another employer, and everyone in the future and everyone has, when they Google my name, this is the first video that comes up, is me gasturbating. And my digital footprint totally tarnished and totally ruined. And so I've ruined my life with this.
Basically.
Watch. I even go
So
for
this
it
is
in this. I remember it's
basically what
bad.
this
I
device
don't
on
mind
the bottom
watching it
here
now.
is.
It
There's
kind
a
of reminds
hole
me of
right
how
here,
far
okay?
down the
And
rabbit
then
hole I
put this
went
in
with
the
it.
back of your pants. I'll do it now. And a small pipe comes out
Yeah,
and it connects with your anus.
it's dirty stuff.
And so when you have gas, it'll come right out, just like that, right in your ass.
Yeah, there it is.
Holy cow.
And so it's connected now, and it's kind of
You
awkward.
remember this? I tell you, I got so high this night, I went home and hallucinated
Just let it rip.
in my bedroom.
No kidding.
Yeah, for hours.
I didn't even know
I
Yeah,
stayed
baby.
up all night.
I always thought it was sensual and not hallucinatory.
Yeah, people
but I
laugh.
guess I got
Oh,
it.
I
it's
don't
so
know what it
funny.
man, I got so deep into it, I
Gasturbation
didn't
is
even know
funny.
what the hell was
Gasturbation is wrong. Ha Woo!
Yeah, it's
Oh,
wrong.
fuck
It's
yeah.
disgusting, and your digital footprint's totally ruined now.
So I just go
If I
with
would
it.
have listened to the commenters on TikTok when I made that, who said, "Listen, watch your digital footprint," I would have been in a hell of a lot better position now.
So people try to say this is
My digital
disgusting. This
footprint was
smells
ruined. I
bad.
never got a bank
And
loan.
you know what? It's funny.
after
Anyone
this.
that says that has not
My
tried
credit
it.
score went down. Employers wouldn't touch me.
Oh.
Digital footprint was done.
So Sam, what do you think? Would you ever do some
Done.
masturbation?
Cooked.
Yeah, get you-
Digital footprint was done. Cooked. If I just would have listened to the
Just go Home
TikTok
Depot,
comments.
Just get some parts, and I'll get you a rig. We get some PVC pipe up your ass.
Listen, man, I don't know how much more of this show I can take. I know it goes on for another half hour, but what do you say we do something? What do you say we just minimize this and just do our own show here and just do the episode for tonight? I know the audience that's watching right now in 2042, not the 2022 audience, they'd like to see a normal show. They're getting sick of this, and we're losing. I mean, we have 30 million viewers. We went down to 28 million.
I mean, it is Windsor.
It's Windsor. It's September 10th, 2042, and it's Windsor. Let's do episode 1044.
Yeah.
So minimize this down. Let's do episode 1044. Now this is for the audience currently in 2042. And we'll let the losers in 2022 keep watching their junk and their gasturbation smut. We're going to do an episode now, episode 1044, Skeleton Realm. Live.
All right, episode
So welcome.
1000. We are live. It is
gonna be a
Windsor
great show for y'all tonight.
on
Here we are.
Zero.
You know what I mean?
Can even turn that down a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we'll just mute it.
God.
Just mute that.
So that just
that,
smells
buddy.
so good. Oh, and so one of the things that I get.
It's junk. Mute it.
All right, got it down.
Well, you know, it's amazing how much better my mood gets when I stop watching that crap right there.
It's Wednesday.
Junk. It's Wednesday. It's Skeleton Realm Live, episode 1044. Let's go. We're excited. Hey, everybody. I know we got some viewers, probably only like 2 or 3, nothing to really write home about from 2022 before the show took off. But what's up to the 30 million people watching us in 2042 across the galaxy? We love each and every one of you. We love the Dorgons. We love the Korgons. We love every race in between of every planet, every type of person, walk of life. Welcome to Skeleton Realm Live, episode 1044. It is September 10th, 2042. Let's go.
Nice.
What's up? And now I still have the chat brought up. Now, I can't see the chat in 10. This is something to mention is the viewers from 2022.
You can't see the current chat?
I can't see. No, I'm telling them about a fact about life in 2042, which is this.
Yes.
We have 30 million viewers a week. I can't read the chat. It goes so quick. So as a special treat to the people in 2022 who are watching this, some of our original viewers, of which many have been deceased, but the ones who are watching, y'all all interact with that chat. So we can look at that. It doesn't go too slow. So Aaron says, they take it over. Double the live, says Ugug. We remember Ugug well. So anyway, tonight's going to be an awesome show. Sam, who we got coming on tonight?
Yeah, I'm super excited about this. First off, the Eye of Mal.
Yeah, the Eye of Mal is going to be coming on the show tonight. Everybody knows the Eye of Mal. He's a malcontent. He lives deep inside a galactic hole.
And nice guy, too, I think. I got to have a few luncheons with him. And
Yeah, Mal seems like a cool guy. After that, we're going to have Earth Crack expert Dr. Splint is going to be on. Talk about one of the many Earth cracks of the 2040s. You know, when I remember when the clock turned over to 2040, we said that, Lord, please help us make the 40s a better decade than the 30s. No more Earth cracks. Guess what? It's been 2 years. We have 10,000 Earth cracks already. So Dr. Splint is going to be on talking about the Earth cracks. Earth is toast. We're not even on Earth anymore, but it holds a special place in my heart. It's my hometown.
I mean, you can't turn your back on it, but I don't miss it. I'll say
T. Lee says sorry to cut you. T. Lee says the Eye of Mal. No, the Eye of Mal.
Mal.
M-A-L. Don't get it wrong, Jack.
Mal.
All right? Don't get it wrong.
Who's next?
After that, we got Flip is coming on. Everybody knows Flip from his jumps and his flip-flips, and we call him Flip-Flip.
Very nice. And that about wraps it up. Any other surprise guests?
No other surprises, man, but I'm feeling freaking thirsty. I need something to drink. Can you dial up the cyber assistant?
Sure. Let's get him on the phone.
Hey, cyber assistant, let me get a Monster Energy to drink.
I'm sorry, Doug. All the monster energy in the galaxy was lost in the Porgoth War of 2029.
Yeah.
Can I get you something else?
Yeah, what else you got?
I do have a synthetic monster energy I've been working on. Would you like to try that?
Yeah, let me try that.
Great. Enjoy.
Ooh, hey, there it is. All right. Thank you, Cyber Assistant. Let's get that out of the way. Synthetic monster energy here in the year 2042. I didn't know Cyber Assistant could cook up stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a new thing, and they've been very proud of that tech. So, how's it taste?
That is good. That tastes like the real thing. Hey, Cyber Assistant, good work, man.
Does it taste organic?
It tastes organic. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Tastes like real water is in that too.
Wish I could try.
Yum! That's pretty good. So, thank you, Cyber Assistant. Julia says, does MeMoreTV still exist? You want to take that one?
Yeah. So we were a little overconfident in the past about they're probably talking about the cube too.
Yeah. So the short answer is no. MeMoreTV don't exist no more.
Just yeah.
They got taken out when the war against the Weissman propagators got taken out. The Weissman cube turned out to be a big hoax. MeMoreTV got taken out. The executives got bankrupted and they got executed.
Yeah.
End of story.
The Weissman cube, full of junk, total fraud, and it's not even interesting to talk about. Like sent from the future as a warning or anything like that. That's not the deal. You understand?
I want to make it perfectly clear. We are not involved with MeMoreTV at the executive level.
No.
We are not involved with manufacturing the cube. We were not involved with propagation of the cube. Yes, we created a documentary video about the cube, but we are not involved with MeMoreTV.
We parted ways.
We parted ways, and as soon as we did, that's when we got 30 million viewers a night. Do you understand?
We have nothing to do with them.
Does that answer your question?
Do you want to listen to some music?
Put some music on, man. Hey, I'm sorry to be sour. I'm just get happy.
Well, it was not super. It was cringe. I'll just say that. To see ourselves doing this kind of.
That was not fun, man. You want to see a dance I learned on Zebulon 6?
Yeah, do it to this song.
Yeah.
Go.
Some of the scavengers on Zebulon 6, when I flew in my vessel to refuel, this was back in 2033, I parked my vessel and I started to rummage around, and a group of scavengers came up and said, "Hey man, we like your style. You want to hear a dance? You want to hear a dance?" I said, "Yeah." So this is the dance they call. So anyway, what we got going on? Let's go. Let's move. Let's get through it, man.
Oh,
Get through it. Let's get to it. What's popping?
All right. What is?
I know you guys might be like wondering what the heck's going on. You kind of might have already guessed. This is more of the viewers back in 2022. We wanted to just make it clear to you guys what's going on and just what we've been doing for 20 years and spell it out, because there might be some confusion. We don't want you all to be confused, so we'll tell you what's going on. So as for me, I made graphics for this. I made separate ones. Yeah, he knows. So for me, I've been living in a herm dorm. And that's my herm dorm hole right there. And a herm dorm is a hermit dorm. That's what it stands for. Now, these orbit most major planets in the solar system that we know. You might call the solar system in 2022, but it's Earth's solar system. It's the sun. Solar system sun. We call it Sun 1. And so many of the planets in Sun 1 have a herm dorm on them. And a herm dorm is a place where we choose voluntarily to go to become a hermit inside of a herm dorm hole. And so I've been there since 2030. We had a lot of problems with MeMoreTV, and I got very angry and had some problems and run-ins with the law. My digital footprint was completely ruined by my obsession with gasturbation.
That's tough luck, bud.
Is Linman still alive? Yes. And his descendants are too. He has 100 million descendants.
How is your herm dorm? Because I was, you know, I'm fortunate enough to not have to occupy one. So I was just wondering, what's it like inside? Is it as small as the photos are?
Smaller. They use a wide-angle lens to take the photos.
Oh.
They use a wide-angle lens like a realtor, you see on a Zillow listing on a small house.
Yeah.
But I like it small, and so I've been having fun there, and I take notes, I read books, and I do things that shouldn't be spoken on live stream. I know that now. I do those things in private now in my herm hole.
Is the herm dorm fully surveilled? Which do you have a room that's not surveilled? Because that's kind of for the viewers at home, one of the big pluses of becoming a herm in a herm dorm, the orbiting herm dormitory, is a lack of surveillance, what we call a black corner. And I want to know where's your black corner, and what do you like to do inside your black corner in your herm dorm?
I will never tell you what I do in my black corner, and the fact that you would even ask me is an insult to my honor.
Well, it's just for the people back in 2022.
I eat lollipops and I pick daisies in my corner. How's that?
Okay.
But hey, I don't want to get angry. I'm just telling you, man, I learned a lot since 2022. I don't talk about my privacy. I don't talk about the things I do in my herm hole. And I'm just telling you, I've told you enough. I go to my herm hole and I come out on Wednesdays and I come see you on this planet that we're on. The name escapes me. And I come meet you at the space dock. You take me to the studio and I see your fancy house. I see your fancy spacecraft. I see your beautiful harem of sex bots. Let's be honest, that's what they are. They're not your digital assistants like you like to say. They're assisting you in other ways, and then you can say that's not true, but I see the life you built here on this planet, and then I go back to my herm dorm.
Love to see some
because
proof.
For me that's enough. I don't know, some guys, some folks, they need more than others, and I guess I just don't need a whole lot, huh? Shit. Fucking jewels are falling off.
Yeah, drop your power crystal.
Yeah, I dropped my fucking power crystal because my space glue was... I don't get good
Should've
space
gone
glue
with
like
the
you.
real stuff.
Yeah, I know, I get the fake stuff. Sorry, I don't have as much money as you. The MeMore contracts were a little... whatever.
Well, as for me...
Hey, what have you been up to, man?
For the viewers at home, I am Assistant Chancellor of Holt and Barge. That is in GSET 3509, Parsec 9. And yeah, I've made quite the life for myself. I've received, well, let's take them through. Yeah, I got this from Tarflon Exports up 6% on 7 Parsec calendar years it took. And so this is how I got that. I got this coat as part of my admiralship, pre-assistantship, and it's just nice. I got a big place. It's a lot bigger than Doug's, as you used to know him as that name. Keep it simple. And I have a number of clones, pleasure clones they're called, and what they do is they experience the pleasure. For me, I don't experience any pleasure. All my clones experience the pleasure. That's what happens. And nothing more than that happens with me and my clones. They experience all the pleasure for me, so I can focus on business. That's about it.
No matter how many times you explain that one to me, I never can quite understand it. And if it smells like shit, if it tastes like shit, if it feels like shit, it's shit. So that's all I'll say about that.
Basically, I'm not a big pleasure guy. I don't like to be opulent or anything like
so
that.
So how come you have 300? Why are there 300 of them? And most guys that I've met in your position have 2. You got 300?
I don't do anything with them.
Yeah.
I don't do anything with them.
Okay. All right.
They're just in a different place, and they experience pleasure on my behalf, and I don't see them. Goodbye.
So one of the things people always ask me when I go to planets that haven't implemented the bright brow system is they say, why are your brows and your mustache colored? Why do you have bright brows? What's the bright brow system? And these are the colors that they put on your brow to signify status. High status, low status. And let me tell you something, my brows look high status because they're red, high status. But this is a new development since the show has gotten so large. And let me tell you, I was bright green for years. And a lot of people don't believe me, but I was bright green. And if you take a look at Sam's. Sam has a very bright brow. And he's more high status than me. See how I'm more orange? He's off the charts. He's actually beyond red. He's more purple pink, and that's because he's in with the Vice Admiralty. And that's how it is. And I'm an entertainer. My status comes from being an entertainer, from running Skeleton Realm Live. And so I do get orange-red brows, but I did have bright green. So when I go to some of the more, shall we say, seedier planets, people don't understand that I was down there in the dirt with them. I was bright green. I was as green as they come. After the Weissman fiasco and MeMore fell, I wasn't as resourceful as Sam. So I just wanted to make that clear and just explain what's that. Why is the colored brow and the colored mustache? It's because of the bright brow system.
We all had the same option to join Bureau school, and you denied that, and you took up residency in the Herm dorm, and after that, that's when you and I's life started to kind of diverge.
Yeah.
If there needs to be a record to be set.
Right.
But I don't think there is. But that's a good explanation, I think, for the folks at home. The brighter the brow, the higher the class.
We're not talking about just the brightness, but the hue. The red hue is the most elite.
That's true. It's a bit of a misnomer. And, yeah.
I'd like to go back to green so I could fit in with my brothers on Zebulus 9. I'm stuck here on this, whatever planet this is, a manufactured planet.
All right, moving on.
What? Oh no!
Scourge?
It's a Scourge alert! All right, everybody chill. Everybody chill. It's a Scourge alert. Remain calm.
What? Oh boy. This is not supposed to happen here.
This has been a recent Scourge in our area.
Okay. How do we handle? Should we stop the show?
All right, just give me 1 second.
We stop the show. Yeah. Let's. Oh yeah. Security system. Okay,
all right, so I think if we're all calm, everyone stay calm and stay alert. If you're in the year 2022, this doesn't pertain to you. Wow, this is actually kind of cool. We just went up to 600 million viewers. 700, 800.
I don't know. Scourge is
1 billion.
Really? That's pretty good. I guess this crossed. Think we're getting some viewers from back in the. That's not very.
I think
good.
maybe some of the viewers from back in the day are tuning in.
Well,
if you come in contact with the Scourge, turn around, do a 180, and run away.
Yeah, we're a bit protected here, but it's. I don't think it's too much to worry about. So, I think we can.
Okay, so everybody relax. Take a deep. Oh, okay. What's next? What was that?
Motion detected. Dome. Oh, good grief.
All right, now the dome integrity has been compromised.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, great. The Scourge. You think they're?
Okay. All right.
Okay. Think they're
Hold on. If we do a mind.
Okay.
Spam. Close your eyes and go. All right, that should do it. All right, sorry everybody in 2022 has to deal with that. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to you, and it shouldn't, and I don't feel like explaining it.
Close call, perhaps. It might have just been passerby. But that's a bit of a coincidence to have dome integrity challenged at the same time as Scourge alert. So I'm not taking any chances, and I might spend the night in the studio today and get launched back home in the morning.
I'm going back to the Herm dorm.
Tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I wouldn't spend more than a second here if I didn't have to.
You're going to challenge the... Okay. Let me shrink you down. That's nice. Oh, boy. Well, I guess that kind of reminds me, because my hearing's been a bit off lately. And the fact of the matter is that it is a bit timely to discuss time on this 20 show. Episode 20, right?
Yeah.
And so, the big question is, age or bodily signs of the coming reckoning, which we've been anticipating for a long time. But the question I have for you is, give me an ailment and tell me, is it because of your age or is it because of the coming reckoning? Let's hear it.
My kneecaps are burning hot. Feels like someone's poured lava on my kneecaps, like a blacksmith has made a lava alloy mixture and heated it to the point of creating liquid molten metal. And that's what it feels like is coursing through my kneecaps. That is not a sign. That is not a sign of the coming reckoning. The elders have not foretold that as a sign. Sam, what's yours?
My lower back's been killing me, but I have good news. I actually, we were planning on this segment a couple days ago, but between now and then, my assistant, he raised there's a lumbar on my hover chair.
Wow.
He raised the lumbar up. I didn't even know you could do that. And he raised it up, and now it feels like it's a little stiff, but it feels way better.
Cyber assistant.
No, actually, he's a humanoid.
You got humanoids in the compound?
No, he's internship at the assistant admiralship. So it's.
I haven't seen a humanoid.
Well, you
10 years.
You moved into a literal herm dorm, so
well,
yeah.
You got a point there.
You need to go to once again, the bureau school will put you through it. It's never too late. I guess actually it might be too late.
Another thing,
but for the viewers, it's never too late to join bureau school, and that's nice.
Another sensation that I've been having is every tip, all of my tips, every single tip of my nose, tip of my ears, tip of my fingers, tip of my toes, tip of my lips, tip of my chin, tip of my cheeks. And I know what you're thinking, and you have a dirty mind, and no, not the tip of that. But every other tip except that tip is tingling like a pins and needles. That is a sign of the coming reckoning, and the elders have foretold that as a sign.
I got that one too.
And 1 billion life forms in the galaxy have just heard that. And so that is part of the sign too, that the elders have foretold. And so the prophecy has been revealed. Time of reckoning is upon us.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but kind of looking forward to it, The pain stops, the tingling stops, the tips become regular tips again.
My tips are numb. They have gone numb. I will announce now that my tips are numb. And that is the second part of the prophecy foretold by the elders. That's it. What do we have next?
Oh boy. Okay, so this might require a little bit of context. In episode, I think it was 44, which was actually shortly after the episode. Our viewers back in 2022 might remember. Well, I guess they wouldn't remember yet, but they will soon remember. We start doing a top 10 segment, which is super fun. You do it every week, and it kind of just never gets old because every time there's new 10 things. So, what did we decide to do this week?
Well, we decided to do the top 10 things of now. So if you're living in the year 2042, you will understand the top surprising things of now. And these are things that we picked out right now that are surprising, that we just wanted to reflect on, that are sort of looking back, looking forward, looking at the present. They are the surprising things of now. And like Sam said, we started doing the top 10 segment back at episode 44. And we've loved it ever since, just for the viewers in 2022. So we're going to go through the list.
Let's surprise them.
So this will actually be a great sort of future foretelling for the viewers of 2022.
You might make a lot of money on this.
We're going to count down from 10. The number 10 top thing of now is no one uses money no more. In the year 2042, no one uses money, and that's really cool.
Might sound a bit surprising, even hard to achieve, but like we said, after the schism, many things changed that you wouldn't expect, and that was one of them.
I want to reflect on that. What's next, Sam?
No more money, no more. After that, a big surprise here, we're all the same height. that was a game changer for a lot of people.
Big time.
I think or someone mentioned their own height in the future. Well, big news for you.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same as everyone else.
Yep. That's why I couldn't tell you before.
It's equal.
It's
We'll just
the
say
same.
that. It's 1 unit of height, and that's the constant unit of measurement is 1 height.
And I don't want to give too much away, but Ugg is one of the survivors of the original Skeleton Realm Live family in the year 2042, one of the survivors. And Ugg is in control of an entire galactic sector, and that's all I'll say.
Don't want to screw anything up for them, but very important, a lot of power. So what's next?
Number 8 is space isn't actually that big. Something that we learned. The Weissman Cube told us otherwise, that space was really, really big, and it was wrong because it was a hoax. Space is small. Space is only the size of the contiguous United States. That is the size of space.
Get a load of that. We used to,
It's very easy. If they take a plane, everyone's trying in 2022. It's actually hilarious. Everyone's trying to create rockets and such. Just take a Boeing 747, point it up, and fly for 6 hours. You're on the planet Gordon.
You don't even need that much fuel. They were loading these suckers with fuel back then, and which actually weighed them down.
Yeah.
They were carrying so much fuel, it weighed the rocket down, and they would just burn most of it. All you need, like you said, you're the equivalent in the past of a Boeing 747. Point it up, turn off the engines when you're about 600 feet in the air, and you're going to continue going up. It's astonishing, but give it a try. Maybe it will change your life.
Yeah.
So what's next? It is that
Number 7.
After space. Okay, sorry. No one needs toes anymore. So toes are out the window, so to speak. You don't have to remove them, but you can remove them. Literally throw them out the window, or you can keep them. But basically, not an important thing anymore because balance is it's really easy now.
You know, a lot of people say over the years, man, you're ahead of the curve. You're wearing those pants or that shirt or doing that certain thing or interested in that type of artwork before everyone else. And guess what? I had my toes removed in 2024.
That is way ahead.
And everyone said, why are you doing that? I said, we're not going to need them soon in the future because I am a futurist. And so really, soon after that episode 20 is when I first got the idea, really. And it took me about 2 years. I removed them, and now I don't have them, just like everyone else. But I did it before everyone else.
They tried to stop you, too.
They tried to stop me, and I said, no, we're not going to need them. And I was right.
What's next?
You can't find any good yogurt. Now, this one upsets me. In 2042, there is no more good yogurt. Monster Energy has been depleted, too, which I had forgotten. But yogurt, it's not depleted. There's plenty of yogurt. It's just not very good. If you go down to Kroger, it's just not good. It doesn't taste like it did in 2022.
Yeah, and good luck finding any high fat. That's going to be next to impossible. You're up Schitt's Creek without that.
What's the next one?
Yeah.
I like this one.
The next one is shoes are worn on the hands.
Yeah. That's fun. Now, that's another one I started doing before everybody else, too. When I removed my toes, I wanted to show them all.
Yeah, you had too much slack in your shoes.
And I wanted to show off my stubs. That's one that's just kind of a fashion thing. A lot of people like pop culture and fashion back in 2022. So that's one for them. And I bet it'll surprise them, but it surprises no one here because we're all used to it because it is a standard way of living and part of our culture, isn't it? It is. That's a mouthful.
What's next?
Number 4. In the year 2036, Santa died. And if you have any kids watching now, plug their ears. It's too late. He's dead. Santa died.
His autopsy was published in the New York Times.
Yep.
2032.
Good riddance. What's next?
They needed proof. So what's next is kneecaps have been deleted.
Except mine.
Wow. You kept them?
I still have mine. That's why they're on fire. Burning, and they hurt.
Ouch. And it's not a removal thing. They just kind of got deleted. So you can't really notice except for you're standing like this, your legs kind of can go both ways, but it's not that big of a problem because the lack of toes creates a big, powerful center of balance.
It's a whole system, and it works fine. You have to trust us.
Yeah, just trust us.
Number 2, all music sounds like trumpets. Everything just sounds like trumpets. You don't really get access to jazz. You don't get access to any sort of trumpet-style music. It just sounds like a bunch of trumpets are coming at you. We can play for you an example of what music sounds like. If you turn on the radio, every station, go on Spotify, every single station sounds like this.
So let's play. You want to hear top 10?
This is just
Or one of
regular music in 2042.
Billboard.
This is top number 1 song right now. That's it.
That's it.
So it's a second long too.
I play the next. This is chart topper number 2.
That's the second on the Billboard 100.
So that long.
Just play 3. Just keep going.
Okay, here's number 3.
Yeah.
A little long for my taste. I like them punchy.
I like them quick because I just want to get it out of the way.
I don't have a lot of time.
So anyway, what's the number 1 most surprising thing of now?
Okay, number 1 most surprising thing of now is that buttermilk is the rarest substance in the galaxy.
Wow, and that is very surprising.
Indeed. It's just simply hard to make, and it takes a lot of personal energy, and industry isn't really cut out for it. So it's kind of a thing you do in your kitchen. Most people don't use them anymore, and so it just isn't really existed, and there's very low demand for it as well. So no one wants it, and no one makes it, and therefore it has become the rarest substance in the galaxy because everything else we make in abundance.
You know, it's funny, one of the things I remember when we first opened up to the galactic sectors and Earth was included is everyone got really excited about galactic cuisine.
Oh, yeah.
Food. And little did they know that Earth is a mecca for food. Earth is the best food in the galaxy, hands down, and everyone pretty much agrees. Everywhere else just tastes like poop and pee-pee and junk. It just tastes like you're eating dirt on every planet. So Earth is the only one that tastes good. And I'm telling you, all the other ETs and every other race on every planet says that Earth is the best. So they totally took all of our resources, and that's no more. Our food sucks because they depleted all of our buttermilk.
It's nothing to write home about cuisine basically anywhere. So don't get your hopes up on that, but there's many other things to hope for. All right, and I guess that brings us to another. Let me see that.
Yeah.
This is a segment. All right, so we have a pretty rare opportunity here today, don't we? To speak to let's call them the folks back home.
The folks back in 2022. This is a rare opportunity. You're right. Sam said it best. We have the opportunity to tell the folks in 2022 to perform specific actions to avoid some of the worst disasters of the past 20 years. And this might sound insane, but if you ever heard of the butterfly effect, if a butterfly is killed in a forest in China, then the King of England dies 10 years later. Everything is interconnected in the world, and so we've used advanced AI to ascertain specific things that the viewers from 2022 need to do to avoid some of the biggest galactic disasters of the past 20 years, which killed trillions of people and other life forms.
All right, and that brings us to begging you. We
are
begging you.
Begging you. Do this now. Sam, go first. Who in the chat are you going to beg and to do what?
It would go to, well, this one is practically prophecy at this point.
Oops.
That would be Ugg, a person who becomes quite powerful. This beg is not so much as changing causality or anything, but just more of a security, like reminding, because in causality, I already asked you to do this, so please. I need you to go right down to Piedmont Avenue, get a 38 special from the pawn shop, and I need you to go to the nearest bus stop, which just right outside on the corner, quite convenient, and I need you to fill that guy full of plugs, all right? Right when he walks off he's going to have a briefcase. You'll probably, by the time, you probably already know who I'm talking about, so do that, and you're on the quest for power, all right?
Wow. So here's mine. is everyone listening carefully to me. Everyone in the chat right now has to type, I'm a dirty Gorbis, and I'll type it first. Type, I'm a dirty Gorbis in the chat now. And we need everyone to do this. And if everyone does this, we will avoid the death of 10 trillion life forms. Go.
It's very important you do this, please.
And you have to say it out loud, too.
Yep. How is it looking?
Not good.
No one's typing it.
We have to let the delay catch up.
Oh, right, yeah.
Type it now. Close enough. Go, 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 go. Go. I'm a dirty Gorbis. I'm a dirty Gorbis. I'm a dirty Gorbis. Go. Go, 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 go. More, more, more. Type it more. We need it more. Everyone type it more. We need it more. Type it more. Type it more. Again, again, everyone again. More. More, 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 more. We're almost there. If you just type it a few more times. 10 trillion life forms will thank you in the year 2042. Go more, more, type it more, type it more, type it more. We need more. I think that just about does it.
That's great.
I appreciate your service to those. And we have a 1 quadrillion viewers now in 2042, and they're all applauding. And I have a live stream of them in a large auditorium. And you are the saviors of this year. And I'm watching the auditorium multiply by 10 trillion because all of those people who were killed in that disaster are now alive because you typed Dirty Gorbis.
They saved a lot of lives.
Incredible.
Hope you get thanked for that. The problem is that this kind of job is a thankless job because no one's going to know exactly what they prevented. So I'm going to play them this song in honor of their contribution. Thank you for typing it. Here's a very somber song, thinking about the lives that were both lost and saved just now.
Wow.
So
thank you.
That was in tribute.
Incredible.
To them.
Well, guys, we're older now. We're 50. And we're tired, and it's been an hour or more. And we're about ready to call it quits for tonight.
It could be that time. So, time stretches on here. It's a thing called temporal dilation, and it makes us very tired very quick. So, what do you say? Till next Wednesday?
Till next week, but I want to say one thing to
What's
the
that?
chat. Please go to our Patreon in the year 2022 and subscribe to our Patreon and give us any amount. The lowest amount is $3. This show is a lot of work and it's expensive. And we need more Patreon subscribers. If you go to the Patreon and support us, we'll be able to create more shows. And the only way that we can get through this tumultuous period of our lives, and I remember it well, is to get more Patrons. And I thank you for your service in giving us more Patreon dollars. We need more. Please go to the Patreon if you haven't and sign up. I know there's 100 of you watching in 2022 about every week. And only 8 of you are on the Patreon. Could we just get 5 more? We could pay for our Adobe suite and all the editing and all the props and all of that. Please sign up to the Patreon.
Yeah, it's hard to do this in our spare time. So thank you for your contribution. Send your credits or dollars or whatever you have.
And we will see you next week, September 17th in the year 2042. And in the year 2022, it'll be September 14th.
All right. So long.